jonesing for some oysters, and if they were on sale at a Safeway store, super cheap there. The recipe is super easy to make, cheaper than eating in a restaurant. Something like this would cost like over $30. Please hit that like and subscribe. Fitness, foodies, and the fabulous absurd. From burpees to Camus, you're never gonna know what you're gonna get from your burpee yoga uncle. Alright, entire recipe in the next couple of minutes. This was on sale, like half the price. First thing you want to do is clean the oysters by using cornstarch to get rid of the impurities. Just rinse it in water. That's pretty much all you got to do. It gets rid of all the black stuff. After that, you're going to blanch it for about 30 seconds. So pretty much as soon as you drop all of them in, you take them out as soon as you can. That solidifies the size of the oyster, so you can do more work with it afterwards. It wouldn't shrink from that point on. And now you're going to make the sauce for the slurry at the end. Basically is 2 parts soy sauce, 2 parts sugar, and then also oyster. You'll see it, 2 parts sugar, and then 2 parts cornstarch. Anyway, all the information is going to be in the description. The recipe is pretty simple, and you can adjust it to the way you want. A bit of white pepper, you can really taste it. I do about only half a teaspoon. Oyster sauce, 2 parts, and that one give it the flavor. And then of course, if you want to add, mum, which is MSG, you can, but I didn't do that. A little bit of salt. So I would put like a 1/4 spoon or less, because it does end up being pretty salty. And the water, just to make the slurry. And then after it's just done, again, you can put MSG in there. I choose not to. I just use chicken stock, because there's some magic going on when you put chicken stock along with oyster sauce. And now, if you want to fry them, you can. I chose not to fry them, but it's a little bit more sticky for the pan. But if you fry them, obviously it'll taste a lot better. But see, that golden brown is kind of what you like. But my pan is, it's not the best there, but it still works. I kept the umami flavor in there. I didn't want to clean the pan because it ends up being clean afterward with the slurry anyway. You're gonna stir fry the ginger first until the aromatic is there. Oh, yep. And then after that, you're gonna put in the onions. Yep. You're gonna stir fry it a little bit more, and then you're gonna drop in the slurry. And that is pretty much all it wrote, man. And if you want to add some spicy stuff in there, you can, but it smells up the whole house in a good way. These oysters are just so good like that. We rarely buy oysters because they're so expensive, but when they're cheap like that at a Safeway, you just do it. And after that, it's done. You can plate it. And it was really good. It was gone in a split second. You can see how plump and juicy they are. They're just cooked right. You can't really undercook them, or you can, but it's because they've been blanched already, so it's not going to shrink much more. And then here comes the rest of the mukbang. We made that joke too. This is the leftover, man. My family ate most of it already. What are you gonna do? But the sauce is so good that I actually use it to eat my noodles there. But yeah, they're nice and plump and juicy. Yeah, I'm gonna be making fried oysters after that, man. I bought, there were so many jars, I bought them all because they were basically almost half price. You can't even get that. Like the plate that I had, literally was cost over $30 for that amount of oysters. In fact, probably that's like a double order, so probably $60 for that. And I think I used 3 jars, so they came out to about $15 for that dish. So obviously it's cheaper than eating in a restaurant, but that's what you want to do in frugal times. You can try to cook the stuff that you like to eat. Would it be restaurant quality as close as you can get, but you wouldn't have the commercial wok or anything like that to get the wok, but the flavor is there. It's really good. And by the way, I burpee to eat and I eat to burpee. So on one of these corners, I'll put in my Superman shorts that I do every day. I've been burpeeing and I've been eating, and that's pretty much life, right? Food is medicine. Go and make your food, and the rest of it is mukbang. Enjoy it, and if you're down this far, please hit that like and subscribe button, man. Bless up.